Hello, hello, family community. How are you doing today? Well, we're here. Welcome again. Welcome to another segment. This one is book related, personal segment where I invite my dear husband, Dr. Mark Echols. We're going to be talking about something that we recently did where we went to Barbados Festival in Brooklyn, Canarsie, 108 and Seaview Avenue in Brooklyn. And we also got the opportunity to be vendors there, book vendors. So we had our books for sale at the book fair. We advertised on Facebook briefly to let everyone know that we were going to be there. And we went to the Brooklyn Festival. Brooklyn Festival, to the Barbados Festival in Brooklyn. And it was my first time and Mark's first time at the festival. So I'm going to share a little bit about what happened, and then I'm going to let him share a little about his first experience, seeing that it was also his first book fair. So he gets to talk a little bit about what that was like, and what he expected and what happened and so forth. Okay, so I hope this helped some of you who have never been to a book fair before, and also inspire you to do so, because it's a nice experience and you learn, you inspire other people, and you get your products sold, right? And you meet new clients. So let's get right into it. All right. So I showcased my first book, Louisa Teaches Mike How to Save, My Blended Multicultural Families, and What Does Baptize Mean, Savannah? And my daughter was there and she got to showcase her new book, I Know That I Am Big Enough. So we were all a family of authors at the Barbados Festival, where we were so intrigued to see how this was going to be, how it was going to be.
Turn out.
Yeah, how it was going to turn out. Yes, absolutely. And how we were going to be supported, and we were really amazed and happy and enlightened to find that so many people came to our table, and whether they had conversations or they purchased, they were delighted that we were there. So I'm going to give the floor for a little while to my dear husband to just tell about his experience and what he learned from the book fair and so forth. So have the floor, Mark, and then we'll chip in back and forth.
Okay, so as my wife mentioned, it was our first opportunity to be at the Barbados Day Festival. So it was a new experience. We both had a lot of fun. While it was my first experience selling my books publicly, it was not technically my first book fair, because I have attended several with Andrea while she was selling her books. Those were primarily children's books events, so my book was not a good fit for those particular book fairs. So this was my first opportunity to sell my books, and we weren't quite sure what to expect, because the Barbados Day Festival is not a book fair. It is a festival. So most of the vendors there were selling food. You had some of the typical Bajan dishes. You had fish cakes. You had cuckoo and flying fish. You had sorrel. Some of the more traditional conkeys. You had some of the more traditional Caribbean food there as well. You had vendors selling T-shirts, hats. You had the Bajan flag everywhere. You had people selling coconut water. So you had all of those different types of traditional things you may expect at such an event. And to my knowledge, we were the only ones selling books there. So
Yes.
yeah, we weren't quite sure what the reception was going to be, but uh, it was a pleasant, not I won't say surprise, but it was a pleasant experience that we did have several people come to our table, look at what we were selling, and we had many purchase our books. So for my first experience, and what kind of caught me by surprise, but it really shouldn't have, is you do have to sell your books. So you do have to be prepared to speak about what your book is about, why it's important, what's special about it, and convince anyone showing interest why this book is a great addition to their library. So that is something that I had to do. It's something that I kind of had an awareness of, but this was my first opportunity to do it in person. So that was a change, but it was a pleasant change. So I did enjoy interacting with the people there to talk about my book, and it had the great experience of having so many purchases. So my book again is African Diaspora Relationships, discussing relationships like my own and my wife, black people who are married to other blacks from different cultures, African American, African Caribbean, Afro Latino, black people from Europe, myself being African American, and my wife from Barbados. So this is discussing our special relationship, and knowing that there are others like ourselves. So we had opportunity to speak with people just like that, and they definitely could relate to the book, which is something that you always want as an author. You want your story to be relatable to others. So I was fortunate to have that experience.
Definitely. And my blended multicultural families book kind of ties in with his on the children aspect.
Absolutely.
So that was welcomed a lot. I think that was my bestseller. And then Michaela came in at bestseller with her book as well. They really did well with those two books. So we really had fun doing it. Would you say, honey?
Definitely.
We really had fun doing it, and conversations. I had the legendary Pearson Bowen. I met his brother. He was the one who had interviewed me on one of my books, and I met his brother there. He was so surprised to see his picture being showcased with the interview that we had, and that's what really led him to our table. And then he came, he had the conversation, he took some pictures. So we were happy. We were happy at the showcase. We were happy at the people that came and really enjoyed themselves talking with us and sharing different things relatable about our book and their lives. And they made a lot of purchases there as well. So we were happy. We were really happy about the event. This is usually a festival that comes right before the big Labor Day parade, and the big Labor Day parade is usually on Eastern Parkway in Brooklyn, and it ventures all alongside that whole stretch of road, and you have people from all parts of the Caribbean. You have Haitians come out, the Jamaicans, Barbadians, Trinidadians, all the Caribbean islands are featured there. They come out in costume and they dance, and all the different foods are showcased along the Eastern Parkway Road, and the roads are closed off, and it's a beautiful festival with lots of music and festivities and foods and craft and clothing for the islands. So this one is like the pre-handler for things that you would probably pick up and purchase. Like Mark said, clothing was there, flags, hats, and the hats were personalized to the islands that you would represent. So they had hats that were with Bajan icons and flags, and the different symbols that represent Barbados. And then you had Trinidadian outfits and Jamaican outfits and different things that you would buy to get ready for this big Labor Day parade. So everything was there. and then the food, the fish cake, and Mark said, the cuckoo and flying fish and all that. It was nice. It was really nice. And I didn't notice any loud, behavior. There were police on the scene, but still it was a quiet, peaceful, yet festive time there, right? I got a chance to walk around a little bit and getting some of the food and the taste that I haven't had in quite some time. So it was pleasant. It started out with a little rain, but then the sun came out and it was a really beautiful, bright day. So please, if anyone wants a copy of our books, please check out us on Amazon. Some of our books are featured in Barnes and Noble.
Well, you can see it in the
background. We're gonna move our heads for a second.
So you can see the Ames Lounge. You could purchase Andrea's books and my books as well on Amazon. Also available in Barnes and Noble. We had this beautiful banner on our table that helped us stand out. That definitely drew a crowd.
It did.
So that's also another thing that was important for this event, but really book fairs in general. You want to stand out.
You do want to stand out.
These banners are very nice.
Yes.
And it definitely showcases what Ames Lounge has to offer and what it is about. So please
definitely check our books out on Amazon
and Barnes and Noble.
And my daughter's book. So check us out, okay? And as Mark said, it's very important to be highlighted, to be featured, to be put out there so people can see you and come to your table. Give them a reason to come. Sometimes at my book fairs, I'll throw the candy for the kids because my books are children books mostly. So I would throw the candy on my table, some bubble makers and stuff that kids would enjoy, and it would attract them to the table. Whenever I have these little festivals, my husband tends to buy me a nice little treat to go along with my book fair. So he bought this nice banner. It's all crinkled because we had it at the affairs, but it is beautiful. I loved it, and it did draw the crowd to our table. So you can have probably balloons with your name or the symbol. You can have maybe something standing so that they can see you there. I've seen, what else have we seen? People put a big feature of their book on like an easel.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of the same idea. You have banners, you have posters. You just want to have something to make yourself seen.
Yes.
So
set apart.
You have competition. That's another reality of these type of events. You do have competition to get people's attention and for people's money, because they are there to check out as many vendors as they can, whether it be other authors or whether it be another type of vendor selling food, selling craft.
Right.
And you have to stand out so they can see you among the crowd.
Yes, definitely. And decor your table. Make your table pleasant to come to and, inviting. You don't want to crowd it too much, but you want to make it look attractive to those who are passing by. Have a pen at hand, change, maybe Cash App, Venmo, Zelle, in case someone doesn't have any money on them and they want another method. So these are things that you can do to prepare yourself as well. And I think I did have another video, so you can check out tips on book fairs, and I do have some tips there about things that you can do to prepare yourself for a book fair like the ones that we've done, and help make yourself stand out and be prepared for when you go to your first book fair. So yeah, that's all for now. So unless you have anything else to add, honey, I think we're closing it out.
No, I think that we pretty much hit everything.
Okay.
So we are certainly going to be doing other book fairs, other festivals in the future. So we hope that if we are in a town, city, state near you, you could expect us anywhere on the East Coast, uh,
Definitely.
New York, New
Yeah.
Jersey,
We've been to
Pennsylvania,
Pennsylvania.
Maryland, even DC. Uh,
Yes.
who knows, even
Yep.
Boston. You may see us in a city near you, so please
Definitely.
check us out. If you find out we're going to be in your city, we would love your support.
We
We
would
would love
love your
the opportunity
support.
to talk to you, and we hope to see you soon.
Yes, yes. So you take care, family, community. Thank you for joining in, hearing our experience. And for some of you who are authors yourself, hopefully this will be a little help to you or inspire you to go out to your next book fair and being prepared and just be encouraged that it will go well. Okay? All right, so take care.
Okay.
Have a
Bye.
good evening. Bye.